Having helped hundreds of people with their Amazon FBA businesses, I know that the main area that people struggle with is product research. Discovering, sourcing, and then deciding on a product to sell can be a really difficult task, especially if you don't really know what to look for or you lack the confidence to take the leap because you just can't settle on a product. But if you do know what to look for and you understand the most common mistakes that beginners are making when it comes to finding a product, the entire process becomes a lot easier and far less stressful. So let's run through my biggest tricks of the trade to help you flip things on their head and ensure that you're not falling into the same traps. Over the years, I've seen hundreds of Amazon FBA beginners set themselves up for failure the minute that they start to look for a product because they set themselves an impossible task of finding a product that simply does not exist, and that is the perfect product. Looking for a product that ticks all of the boxes in every single way is going to be like searching for a needle in a haystack, and it's going to consume all of your time, your energy, and your motivation. Ultimately, meaning that you either give up or refuse to ever settle on a product. As somebody that's seen thousands of products that are successfully selling on Amazon, I can say with confidence that every single one of them had drawbacks, bad reviews, and in no shape or form was perfect. Yet, despite that, they're still successful and making business owners hundreds of thousands in profit. And the reason for that is because of one simple fact that people don't realize when doing their product research. The product that you sell doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, it just needs to have features and benefits that outweigh their drawbacks. It needs to be in line or better than the competition, and it needs to be functional and solve the customer's problems, putting them in a better position than if they didn't have the product at all. A good example of a product that demonstrates this well is the Apple iPhone. It's one of the best-selling phones of all time, and it has plenty of areas that people love to complain about, including poor battery life, a restrictive operating system, and a very expensive price tag. But that doesn't stop millions of people from buying one and overall being very happy with their purchase. Ultimately, an iPhone does exactly what customers need it to do very well. And because of that, they'll overlook the various drawbacks that it has. If you can get into your head that the product that you're going to end up selling on Amazon doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, just like the iPhone, then you're going to find settling on a product much easier and quicker to do. Not being able to get over this mental hurdle is what causes so many people to never get past the process of product research. So if you think that's what's stopping you from making any progress yourself, just keep the example of the iPhone in the back of your mind and understand that no product needs to be perfect. If you're looking for a way to make some money by selling your own products on Amazon, then you can be pretty sure that you're an entrepreneur. That's somebody that by definition takes on financial risks in the hope of making a profit. Now, the two keywords to take note of there are risk and profit, which both come together as part of a package. No business out there allows you to make a profit without taking on some sort of risk, and vice versa. And people's reluctance to accept this is what leads them to never finding a product or getting their business off the ground. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be someone that loves taking huge risks in order to be successful with Amazon FBA, but you do need to understand that with Amazon, just like any other business model out there, it involves some level of risk that can't be mitigated entirely and therefore needs to be accepted. Despite all of the analysis and research that I've done on every single one of my Amazon FBA products, I've never been in a position where I've been able to say that the product is going to be 100% success when selling on Amazon. And that's completely fine, because having uncertainties is part and parcel of running any business. There are always going to be risks and doubts with any product that you sell, and if you can't get your head around that and accept it, then you're never going to be able to settle on a product to sell with Amazon FBA. With that being said though, you don't have to be a massive risk taker if you want to get involved with Amazon FBA. There are plenty of ways to reduce any risk exposure to an acceptable level before spending a penny of your own money. And you can do this by using tools from Helium 10 so that you can understand sales demand, seasonality, and profitability. Or you can also order samples from suppliers so you can test the product's quality out. And you can also work with an Amazon FBA accountant so that you can manage your cash flow and ensure that you're filing any mandatory documents on time without incurring any penalties. So if you're stuck with product research and you think you've got that famous analysis paralysis, make sure that you appreciate that there will never be a situation where you are 100% certain that things are going to go to plan and that the product is going to be a resounding success. That is just part of being an entrepreneur and a business owner. The sooner that you can get to grips with that and the faster that you can attain a positive mindset that sees this entire process as a great learning opportunity, no matter what the result, the easier you're going to find it to decide upon a product to sell with Amazon. If you're struggling to find an Amazon FBA product despite there being literally hundreds of thousands of options out there, then it could be because you've set your monthly profit goal to be so high that the only products that you come across are in hugely competitive niches, or they sell so quickly that they're going to require a huge capital investment, one that you don't have. Whatever you've set your monthly earnings goal to be with Amazon FBA, my advice is reassess it, and when doing that, keep an open mind and don't be greedy. I have lost count of the amount of times where I've been speaking with somebody that's been struggling to find a product, and that's because they've set their earnings goal to be 20k a month or more, meaning finding a product that's not incredibly saturated becomes massively difficult. Realistically, they'd be over the moon at making an additional £1,000 profit per month, especially from a single product that can be managed in 1 or 2 hours a week and isn't in a hugely competitive niche. So take my advice on board, and when thinking about how much you want a product to make you in profits per month, be sensible, be realistic, and set it at an amount where you think the work required makes Amazon FBA worth it. With Amazon FBA, you're not limited to selling just one single product. You can sell as many as you want. And what I found is that it's way easier to do your product research and look for 5 products that make $1,000 profit per month than it is to find and compete for a single product that makes $5,000 alone. So keep an open mind with your profits goals and don't get greedy. If you're getting overwhelmed with the amount of information that you need to remember whilst doing your product research, then you'll likely find yourself in a position where you keep procrastinating and keep putting off the product research process. But it shouldn't be that way, because once you know what you're doing and you put in the hours of doing product research, it becomes like second nature and it gets infinitely easier. Whilst researching products is hard and it can be boring initially, it does require practice and patience. It took me around a month or so of daily practice before I got the hang of it, and I know plenty of other people where it's taken them even longer. But they've put in the hours and it's paid dividends because they found products that have since made them huge monthly amounts. So put in the hours, keep repeating the steps over and over, and honestly, it will just click into place and you'll find more and more product offer opportunities. With that said, if you believe that you have put in the hours, you understand product research, and you're not falling for the traps that I've mentioned earlier on in this video, and you still can't find anything, then here are 2 more options for you. You should either look to use a product research ideas provider, such as AMZ Scout, who can provide you with a bespoke product research report that will give you 5 product opportunities that meet all of your specified search criteria, or come and join the Smashers Academy, which is a beginner to advanced training program where you will be personally mentored by me. And I can help you with your research and the process of discovering, verifying and selecting products, and so much more. And I will put a link for both of those options in the description below. So hopefully the lessons learnt in this video will help you to get over that mental hurdle of finding a product to sell on Amazon. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember to keep smashing the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time for more Amazon FBA related content.